You can feel it, can't you? That unfamiliar surge of energy rising within, signaling that a life-changing connection is approaching. You've waited patiently, watched others find what you've longed for, and wondered when your moment would come. Now the signs are unmistakable. The universe is aligning you with someone who will bring profound joy and stability. At this pivotal time, you must be ready to welcome it. If this resonates, like this message, subscribe for more guided insight and comment 77 below to show the universe your heart is open. Chapter 1. Reclaiming your worth and breaking old patterns. Many believe that love begins when the right person enters their life, but in truth, it starts with how you see yourself. In past relationships, you may have compromised your boundaries or settled for less than you deserved, fearing that waiting for more would leave you alone. That fear might have kept you in draining connections or led you to justify hurtful behavior in the name of loyalty. While it's human to crave companionship, such patterns gradually erode your self-esteem, leading you to believe that genuine love is either unattainable or always accompanied by pain. It's time to rewrite those beliefs. A higher love demands you show up with your own sense of wholeness and security. That doesn't mean you need to have solved all your problems, but it does mean you decide you're worthy, here and now, of something better than what you've previously settled for. If you can affirm your value, you create an energetic shift. People who resonate with your new frequency will appear, and those who don't match it may drift away. This process can be painful, especially if you've emotionally invested in certain individuals, but it's the first stepping stone on your journey to meeting the one who truly complements your spirit. Another crucial piece is recognizing and breaking old patterns of self-abandonment. Maybe you've been the type to go all in from day one, offering everything you have with no regard for your own well-being. Or perhaps you're prone to codependent cycles where you adapt your entire life around someone else's needs. Such behaviors come from a loving heart, but they also set you up for imbalance. As a chosen soul, you're meant to stand in your own power, not give it away. By learning to say no, setting boundaries, or voicing your needs, you become the curator of your own emotional space. Self-reflection is a powerful tool here. Look at your past relationships to see where you might have lost yourself. Were you always the one making sacrifices without reciprocation? Did you hold on to illusions, hoping a partner would eventually change? Did you wear a mask, concealing your true desires to avoid conflict? Gently acknowledging these truths isn't about self-blame. It's about gathering wisdom. Each instance teaches you how to preserve your authenticity and select relationships that honor it. In reclaiming your worth, you also align with your highest frequency, one that effortlessly attracts healthy love. Think of this shift like clearing a cluttered room. By removing worn-out patterns and emotional baggage, you make space for someone who offers reciprocity and warmth. You walk taller, speak with more conviction, and radiate a newfound magnetism. The people you meet sense it, often without understanding why. Some might test you, challenging the lines you've drawn. You'll need to stand firm, especially in the early stages of reconditioning your energy. If an individual disrespects your boundary or tries to manipulate your empathy, gracefully step away. Remember that each deliberate choice to honor yourself is a beacon calling forth the partner who will equally respect you. And that partner is out there, searching for someone who has done the inner work you're doing now. Chapter 2. Your spirit yearns to heal and retreat. There are times in your life when the noise around you grows too loud, when disappointments pile up, and you can no longer see the road ahead clearly. These moments often force you into retreat, a space where you can withdraw from the world's expectations and reconnect with your own voice. If you found yourself recently drawn to solitude, it's likely your spirit is urging you to heal old wounds and recalibrate your essence. This is not a sign of weakness. It's a necessary step to prepare you for a love that requires emotional clarity and spiritual depth. In this period of retreat, emotions you once buried can surface. Maybe you catch yourself recalling painful endings or re-examining betrayals you thought you moved past. Alternatively, you might feel an undefined sadness or longing that seems to come from nowhere. Let these feelings arise without judgment. Resist the urge to smother them with distractions or force them away before you've listened to what they have to say. Often it's in these pockets of quiet reflection that your intuition speaks the loudest. This healing process also involves sifting through the stories you've been telling yourself about love. Perhaps you believe that real affection always fades, or that you're unlucky in relationships. Or maybe you convince yourself that every good thing comes at a price you cannot afford. During your retreat, challenge these narratives head on. You might discover they were inherited from family patterns, past heartbreaks, or cultural norms that never truly resonated with you in the first place. Once you identify these limiting beliefs, you can begin dismantling them, making room for healthier, more expansive ways of thinking. Solitude can feel lonely at first, especially if you've grown accustomed to constant social interaction or the validation of others. But after a while, you might notice a subtle shift. You start taking pleasure in your own company, exploring personal interests you set aside for past partners or external demands. You realize you're not truly alone. You're in the company of your own spirit, reacquainting yourself with the passions, dreams, and gifts that got buried under life's chaos. This reconnection is priceless because it becomes the bedrock of the self you'll present to any future partner. Another essential aspect of retreat is learning to slow down. In a world that glorifies busyness, stepping back to heal might feel like you're wasting time. On the contrary, you're building a reservoir of emotional stability that will serve you well when the next big love appears. This doesn't mean shutting people out entirely. You might have a trusted friend or mentor to confide in, but overall, you maintain a circle of quiet reflection. The less external chatter around your personal process, the easier it is to hear your own heart's guidance. What many fail to understand is that such a retreat can fast-track you to the love you desire. When you're tuned into your emotional needs and free from old baggage, you become a clearer vessel for true connection. The universe aligns you with kindred spirits more readily because you're radiating an authenticity that matches what you're seeking. Think of it like clearing static from a radio station. You instantly pick up the signals meant for you. And when that destined partner walks into your life, you won't be burdened by unresolved wounds or confusion. You'll meet them from a place of wholeness, ready to co-create a love that's grounded in mutual respect and divine timing. Chapter 3: Nurturing Self-Love as the Foundation. Before anyone else can offer you the kind of love you've been craving, you must first cultivate that love within yourself. Far from being selfish or indulgent, self-love forms the cornerstone of every fulfilling relationship. When you possess a healthy dose of self-respect, you're better able to draw boundaries, articulate your desires, and avoid clinging to unhealthy dynamics. This solid inner foundation ensures that when the right person comes along, you greet them not from a place of lack, but from wholeness and balance. One of the most common mistakes people make is expecting a partner to fill their emotional voids. You might have heard phrases like, "you complete me," which sound romantic but often mask deeper issues of dependency. If you find you're constantly seeking reassurance or validation from others, it's a sign your self-love reserves may be depleted. You might feel an urge to prove your worthiness, going to great lengths to please someone who hasn't shown they deserve that effort. Over time, this discrepancy can breed resentment or self-doubt. The remedy is to reverse that flow of energy, to pour into yourself what you've been pouring into others unchecked. Start by honoring your needs, whether that means scheduling quiet time each day, saying no to social plans when you're drained, or investing in activities that excite you. This might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to prioritizing everyone else. But as you grow more accustomed to putting yourself first, within reason, you'll sense a new equilibrium forming. Self-love also involves forgiving yourself for past choices, be they relationship missteps or personal regrets. You can't move forward if you're chained to guilt or shame. As you allow self-compassion to bloom, you'll see that every mistake carried a lesson, and those lessons are precisely what shape you into a person capable of deep, authentic love. Instead of dwelling on how you fell short, you'll focus on how far you've come, and that sense of progress fosters optimism for the future. Practical rituals can aid in this process. Each morning, you might stand before a mirror and speak affirmations, reminding yourself that you're worthy, attractive, and ready for a healthy partnership. Or perhaps you journal nightly about your accomplishments, no matter how small, to train your mind to see your value. Over time, these little acts accumulate into a powerful statement. You are someone deserving of tenderness, respect, and devotion. By consistently reaffirming that truth, you elevate your energy, making it easier for a partner who matches that level to find you. This interior transformation also shapes what you attract in the outer world. If you're used to chasing after love, always trying to prove you're enough, you end up in cycles with people who never see your real worth. But once you begin to genuinely love yourself, the dynamic flips. You no longer scramble for scraps of attention. You stand confidently in your essence. People sense that you don't tolerate nonsense, nor do you revolve your life around pleasing them. Ironically, this magnetizes them further because self-assuredness is irresistibly compelling. In the end, nurturing self-love forms the bedrock of all future romance. It's the soil from which a lasting relationship can sprout, free from the weeds of insecurity and desperation. As you continue this inner work, remember, it's a journey, not a checkbox. Each day provides fresh opportunities to practice self-kindness, refine your boundaries, and realize that you are always whole on your own. From that vantage point, inviting another soul into your life becomes an act of mutual empowerment, not an attempt to fill a gap you never truly had. Chapter 4. Recognizing the divine alignment of timing. It's natural to wonder why you haven't yet encountered the person who feels like home to your heart. Maybe you've watched friends find partners, swiped through countless dating apps, or endured a stream of first dates that showed promise only to fizzle. These experiences can lead to impatience or cynicism, tempting you to believe the right match may never materialize. Yet behind the scenes, the universe has been orchestrating a timeline more precise than you realize. Divine timing brings two souls together only when both are truly prepared. It's not about wanting love desperately or reaching a certain age. It's about your inner readiness, your future partner's readiness, and the conditions needed for your bond to flourish. Perhaps you had to break harmful cycles or heal old wounds. Your partner, on their own journey, might have needed the same time to grow. Only when these processes align does the universe guide you both into the same orbit. This idea also explains why previous relationships ended abruptly or failed to progress. Often those connections were catalysts for growth, teaching you what genuine love looks like, how you handle stress, and which traits are non-negotiable. Painful as it was, each heartbreak clarified your vision of love, preparing you not to settle again. Trusting divine timing doesn't mean waiting passively. While timing matters, so does your active participation. You align with life's flow by following intuitive nudges, attending events you're drawn to, exploring new hobbies that call your name, even relocating if it feels right. These steps create channels for the universe to direct you. If you remain stuck in the same routines, you might miss those pivotal moments of connection. Patience is key. Avoid comparing your timeline to others who appear to find love easily. Their lessons differ from yours. If you rush or compromise, you risk entangling yourself with someone who isn't aligned with your journey. Think of timing as a safeguard, ensuring you meet the right person under the best conditions, giving your relationship the greatest chance to blossom. While waiting, focus on your own evolution. Immerse yourself in passions, nurture uplifting friendships, and keep healing lingering wounds. This way, when destiny places that transformative love before you, you'll embrace it wholeheartedly. You won't be weighed down by unresolved issues or clinging to outdated beliefs. Instead, you'll stand ready, trusting in the seamless unfolding of life's design. Soon enough, you'll look back and see that the delay wasn't wasted. Every setback served a purpose, carving space for the exact kind of love you've been seeking. Rather than a detour, it was a meticulous weaving of cosmic threads. The most cherished things don't usually arrive on a rushed schedule. They appear at precisely the moment your spirit can appreciate and treasure them. Chapter 5. Embracing Synchronicities and Signs. As you draw closer to the love you've envisioned, the universe may offer small yet powerful confirmations. These synchronicities, like seeing repeating numbers, 1111 or 222, or hearing the same meaningful songs everywhere, are more than chance. They're whispers that you're on the right path. Stay open and attentive, for these signs can emerge in everyday moments. You might overhear a cafe conversation that speaks directly to a doubt you've been wrestling with or find an article discussing the very issue on your mind. When a friend casually drops advice that aligns with your intuition, it can be a cosmic nudge. By recognizing these hints, you deepen your dialogue with a guiding force. Each sign says, keep believing. However, honest discernment is crucial. Desperation can twist any event into a sign. Genuine synchronicities bring a sense of calm, clarity, or excitement, a subtle yet unmistakable feeling that something beyond your own thoughts is at work. In contrast, forced interpretations often leave you uneasy, as though you're forcing a puzzle piece into the wrong spot. As you near the arrival of a destined partner, these signals may intensify. The universe seems to place you where you need to be, nudging you with invitations or opportunities you might otherwise overlook. Each new connection or event can serve as a gateway, ultimately guiding you to the person meant to enter your life. Though these hints can thrill you, avoid clinging to rigid expectations. If you decide a specific date or place must be the moment everything happens, disappointment can result if life unfolds differently. Synchronicities are there to keep you hopeful, engaged, and aligned, not trapped in a single outcome. Often, the universe loves to surprise you, revealing love in forms you never predicted. In moments of doubt, revisit the signs you've noticed. Recall the hope and wonder they sparked. Use them as motivation to persevere when discouragement threatens to creep in. By respecting these messages, whether they're repeated numbers, vivid dreams, or everyday coincidences, you enter a co-creative dance with destiny. It's a relationship of mutual trust. You remain receptive, and the universe continues guiding you closer to the love you've been preparing for. Ultimately, these signs remind you that magic exists, waiting for your openness and readiness to receive what has always been on its way. Chapter 6. When the connection finally appears one day, your paths cross in a way that feels at once ordinary and extraordinary. Maybe it's a casual introduction through friends or a random encounter in a place you almost didn't go. In that moment, time seems to slow, and you feel an unmistakable pull, a calm yet thrilling sense that something special is unfolding. You might grapple with old fears, recalling past false alarms and heartbreak, but this person's presence soothes those worries. There's a deeper resonance in your interaction, as though your souls recognize each other from a tale woven long before you met. Conversation flows freely. The curiosity you share is genuine rather than polite. You don't feel compelled to impress or prove your worth. Instead, you find an unspoken safety that allows you to be wholly yourself. Although the excitement tempts you to rush ahead, you've learned the value of steady, deliberate growth. You talk openly about boundaries, share vulnerabilities, and encourage each other's dreams. Emotional games and masks fall away, replaced by honesty and a mutual willingness to nurture trust. While doubts can arise, memories of betrayals or questions of worthiness, the foundation you've built through self-love, boundaries, and healing reminds you that authentic connection thrives on truth and acceptance, not pretense. Even as you bask in the newness of this bond, you take moments to observe how you're changing. Mornings feel lighter. Your aspirations feel more achievable. This isn't just romance, it's a catalyst for shared evolution. The two of you inspire each other, amplifying growth rather than stifling it. When people ask why you're so sure so soon, the answer lies in that unshakable internal knowing. You sense this connection was worth every twist and heartache. No union is without challenge, but the synergy between you suggests an enduring partnership based on mutual respect, healing, and joy. Ultimately, you realize each struggle paved the way for a love more genuine than you once deemed possible. This new chapter is not about losing yourself. It's about expanding into a greater version of who you already are. By choosing honesty, trust, and unwavering authenticity, you create a space where both hearts can thrive. The weight and the work have led you here, and in the resonance of the shared energy, you recognize that it has all been worth it. Chapter 7. Building a future together in higher love. Recognizing a genuine, profound connection is just the beginning. Building a lasting bond calls for steady nurturing, empathy, and co-creation. It's one thing to meet a soul who awakens your heart. It's another to create a shared life that respects both individuals' growth and a mutual vision of the future. Healthy relationships evolve continuously. You and your partner will develop, sometimes at different speeds, in ways that can surprise you both. Approach these changes with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of longing for the early simplicity, celebrate how intimacy deepens by facing life's complexities side by side. Communication is essential. Even the strongest connections can fall prey to misunderstandings if either of you hesitates to voice concerns or desires. Make room for honest dialogue through weekly check-ins or daily conversations, and address conflicts with a shared aim of resolution. This involves setting aside ego, listening carefully, and remaining open to adjusting your viewpoint. Past patterns can still surface. Watch for old habits like over-pleasing or fear-driven jealousy and confront them gently but promptly. Loving transparency turns minor cracks into opportunities for deeper trust. Shared goals bring unity. Working together toward bigger dreams, travel, creating a home, or founding a venture promotes teamwork and aligns daily decisions with a larger purpose. At the same time, ensure each partner's individual aspirations remain respected. Balancing personal and collective pursuits nurtures a vibrant relationship that honors both of you. Spiritual rituals can be a powerful glue, whether it's meditating side by side, praying, or exchanging words of gratitude. These moments deepen emotional bonds and reinforce the sense that you're part of something greater. Such a foundation can fortify you against life's everyday stresses, reminding you that shared purpose and daily devotion ground the relationship in a deeper context. As time goes on, remember that laughter and lightheartedness are vital to this higher love. Joyful moments, private jokes, and playful banter can dissolve tension and help you both see life's challenges as opportunities for growth. By choosing to laugh together, you build resilience that anchors your bond through every storm. Above all, understand that your relationship is a living entity, one that flourishes when both partners are fully committed. When one falters, the other offers support. These roles will shift over time, but the foundation remains the same. You rise together by lifting each other up. Love is ever evolving. It thrives through renewal, creativity, and compassion. By embracing open communication, shared goals, spiritual connection, and deep empathy, you create the path to a higher love. You transition from two individual seekers to a united force, amplifying each other's journey. A fleeting spark of destiny transforms into a steady flame, not only guiding your own paths, but also illuminating the world around you. That is the gift of finding the one who truly feels like